Who is Elon Musk going to vote for president? Well, in a lot of elections, it's not so much who you vote for as who you vote against.
See yourself voting for President Biden? If it's a Biden-Trump election, for example?
I think I would not vote for Biden.
You'd vote for Trump?
I'm not saying I'd vote for Trump, but I mean, this is definitely a difficult choice here. You know,
would you vote for Nikki Haley? Nikki Haley, by the way, wants all social media names to be exposed, as you know.
No, I think that's outrageous. Yeah, no, I'm not going to vote for some pro-censorship candidate.
Oh, it's going to be a difficult choice. I don't know. I'm not going to vote for Biden. I'm not going to vote for Nikki Haley, he says. So what do we conclude from this? It means that, look, maybe he'll just vote for Trump and he's just trying to be cagey about it. I think Elon is expressing something deeper here, which is that he opposes the old consensus. And Nikki Haley, fairly or unfairly, has become a representative of the old consensus. She just got the big endorsement of the Koch network. The Koch network used to be the force in Republican politics. It's still a major force, but since 2016, things have changed a little bit. The alternately neoconservative and libertarian talking points that once drove the Republican Party, they've fallen out of favor. The shades of conservatism of the Bush years, or even alternately the Paul Ryan, fiscal hawk, just cut spending years, they're kind of over. Likewise, Joe Biden certainly represents the old consensus because he was around at the founding of the country, and I think he signed the Declaration of Independence. Elon Musk is saying, no, anyone who represents the policies of 20 years ago, or in Biden's case, 300 years ago, I'm not voting for that person. We need someone to shake things up. And I think a lot of people feel that way. Right now, go to stpaulcenter.com/Michael. I recently had my friend, Dr. Scott Hahn, on the show. He is the founder of the St. Paul Center, which is one of the fastest growing Catholic organizations in the world. I love Scott. I think that he is one of, if not the leading Catholic theologian around today. So important to so many people. And they are spreading the good news and spreading biblical literacy. The St. Paul Center's mission is to give you the tools that you need to know to love Scripture better, to become more confident in your faith, to, most importantly, grow closer to Christ himself. In order to achieve this, the St. Paul Center founded a new digital learning platform called Emmaus Academy. Emmaus Academy features over 20 video courses, book studies, and original series giving you the ability to learn from world-class theologians like Dr. Hahn and Dr. John Bergsma, as if you were right there with them in the classroom. Start learning more about church history, how to interpret the Bible, the basics of Christian prayer, and more. St. Paul Center, stpaulcenter.com/Michael, Michael. You can begin exploring Emmaus Academy for free for the first 2 weeks. Imagine what would be possible if we could all fortify ourselves with a deeper understanding of Scripture and faith. Don't miss the opportunity. stpaulcenter.com/Michael.
Hey, Michael, hope you're doing well, and I hope you had a happy Thanksgiving. My question is more on, can you give me advice on something? I have been with my fiance for about 3 years, and we're due to be married in June. I am currently looking into becoming a Catholic, and there's a parish near me that does do the RCIA all year round, and I am looking into that, but he just basically is stagnant in his relationship with God, which is not something that I want. He doesn't try to move forward in virtue or reading the Bible or anything like that, and I feel like that's a very important part of any relationship, is to center it around God. And I don't really know what to do. There's some other things that have to do with finance and everything like that he goes backwards on instead of moving forward and trying to get better. It's like he's going backwards. And he says that if I become Catholic, he'll become Catholic, but he's doing it mostly just so that we can be together and to please me, I think, and that's not what I want. And so any advice will be helpful. Thank you.
You know the advice that you want. You're not asking me for the advice that you think you're asking me for. You don't want to marry this guy. You're making that quite clear. You're saying, yeah, this guy, he's a complete loser. He's a loaf. He's not virtuous at all. He's a coward. He's a cuck. He's a weakling. He's financially irresponsible. He's just a total loser. So what do you think I should do, Michael? I don't know whether he's a loser or not. All I know is what you just told me. But what I do know is that you don't want to marry this guy. And you're asking me for permission to break up with him. Well, if you want to break up with him, break up with him. You don't need my permission. You don't need anybody else's permission for that. You're not married yet. So just break up with him. If you don't want to break up with him, then I think what you have to identify is that your issue here is not just exactly how he's approaching religion. Look, I was an atheist for 10 years. People can take circuitous routes back home to the church and to a right relationship with God. But everything you're complaining about with regard to your boyfriend right now gets to a deeper issue, which I guess ultimately is religious because it comes down to Genesis 3, and that's basically that your boyfriend doesn't want to take a leadership role in the relationship. He just wants to be a loaf and a follower and just do whatever you do and not have to grow up and act like a man. So that's the problem. And if you do want to fix the relationship and end up getting married to him, you got to just tell him to act like a man and shape up and be a leader, and or else, go find someone else, because you're going to dump that zero and get yourself a hero, girl. Like that. That's really what you're saying here. But from the way you're talking about it, you're not saying, look, I love him. He's such a wonderful man and he tries his best. But no, you're saying this guy's just a total loser and I don't really like him. Am I allowed to break up with him, please, Michael? Yeah, sure. Okay, fine. And the reason probably that you feel that way about him is because of that failure of leadership. Women don't want some guy who's going to be a little wimp or a simp. No woman wants that. So if you want to keep him around, I would just get right to the heart of the matter. Look, sweet little Elisa has had to do this to me. Not to quite the extreme that you're describing here with your boyfriend, but a much shallower way, but still meaningful. On Friday nights, when we're trying to figure out what to eat, I don't know, whenever we want to go out to eat, and Elisa says, Mac, what do you want to have for dinner? And I say, I don't know. What do you want to have for dinner? I don't know. We could do Italian. Yeah. I don't know. We could do Indian. Yeah. We could do, I don't know. We could get sushi. Yeah. What do you want? I don't know. What do you want? What do you want? I don't know. What do you want? Mac, you're the man. Make a decision. Head of household. Genesis chapter 3. Man up. That's the answer. I say, oh, sorry, girl. You know what? You're right. We're getting sushi. You're right. I got to act like a man. So I would tell him that. Or just dump him if you really don't like him at all. Man, what a great clip that was. Now, hey, whoa, hold up. Ring that bell. Subscribe to the Michael Knowles YouTube channel. See you next time.